Hello everyone, in this video I'm gonna show you how you can add, remove or duplicate rows within a HTML table. This is one of the most commonly needed feature in advanced applications. Come on, let's have a look at it. To support the context and in the interest of time, a page has been already created with the features of add, copy and remove. And to achieve add and copy, we are using jQuery clone method. Now let us have a look at the table which has been created here. You can see we have a table and it has three columns: name, name, email and location. And we have some text fields under each column, and this need not necessarily be text fields. You can even put drop downs or radio buttons or checkboxes as per your requirement. In this video we'll be looking at text fields. Now let us just try to fill in some values within the text field. Test location. Alright, I'm going to click on the add button. Let's see what happens. You can see a new row has been created. Now let me fill some details within the second row. Location. Alright, now I'm gonna click on the copy button. You can see the row is duplicated so quickly. Now let us look at how the remove option works. I'm gonna click on remove for the second row. Yep, the second row is gone so quickly. Fantastic, isn't it? Alright, now let us have a look at the code that got all these working. This is the code that has been written to get the add, copy and remove functionalities work on the page that we just saw. Let us look at it line by line. As you can see, this is a normal HTML file which has been created with the name, add, remove, copy rows and HTML table dynamically .html, and it is saved on my desktop. And this is the opening HTML tag which is closing here, and we have an open head tag which is closed here. We have a title tag, jQuery clone method, and most important, we have jQuery imported. This is most important, and you need to make sure on your page jQuery is imported to get all these features work. There may be other methods, but if you want to work it out based on the method that has been demonstrated here, you need to have jQuery. Let's move down further. We have some scripts written here, but before looking into this, let's have a look at the HTML on the page. We'll come back to the script later. This is the HTML that we have on the page. We have a title which is within a h1 tag, and this is the most important part within the HTML, where we have a simple table created. The table is opened here and closed here, and we have two rows created by default. You can see the first row is open here and closed here, and the second row starts here and ends here. In the first row we have four headings. One is the first one is the heading for name column, the second for email column, and the third for location column, and the fourth one is only a placeholder to under which the buttons show up. In the second row we have four columns. The first column holds the name field, the second column holds the email field, the third column holds the location field, and the fourth column holds the add, copy and remove buttons. Now let us have a little more in detail look at these fields. You can see that these fields have been given class names. Okay, full name, email, location, and also we have buttons for which the classes have been assigned. Add btn, this is the class name. You can see it from here. Class equal to add btn, class equal to copy btn, class equal to remove btn. These class names have been used in order to trigger a jQuery function here. So we are using this class name, that is class add btn, class copy btn, class remove btn to trigger the respective functionalities. Now let us have a look at the script that has been written to achieve each functionality. First, let us have a look at add method. To achieve the add row functionality, we are using the jQuery clone method combined with few other jQuery functions or methods. You can see this is the code as put in a comment here, code to add a new empty row. On click of this button, this particular method gets called. That is all. You can see by this code you can understand. On click of add btn, we are running this particular code. So in this code we are referring to the currently clicked item. You can see this refers to the currently clicked item, which is currently clicked element, which is dot add btn. The add btn button in this case, this dot parents of tr dot clone. What it means is the place where you have the add btn, where you have the element with the class add btn. The jQuery tries to copy the parent tr of that element. So here we have the add btn. The parent tr is here. So we are asking jQuery to copy everything that is within this tr. So that is what happens in this line of code. Clone is a inbuilt method of jQuery which is used just to create a duplicate of an element. It may be a table, or it may be a text field, or any HTML element. It just creates a duplicate. Now let's move on to the next line. Before that, we can see that in this line we are creating a copy of the required element, and we are saving it into a variable called raw HTML. And into that raw HTML, we are finding for all the input fields and making it empty. As you can see, this function has been written in order to add a new row. When we are adding a new row, we need to make sure that the values that are copied from the previous row are removed. Yeah, so we are using this line of code which will find all the input fields within the copied row and makes it empty. The dot val is what makes the fields empty, and the dot find of input type equal to text, this will find all the instance of input fields within the copied row. Now let's move on to the next line. Raw HTML dot insert after this dot parents of tr. Here what we are doing is the final value, whatever is stored in the raw HTML variable, we are inserting it after the current row. The current row means the row from within which the add button was clicked. Now let's say we click on the add button from the second row. So that second row is the current row. That is how the jQuery understands when we mention the term this. Now let's move on to the next functionality, which is copy. In order to copy, we are again using the clone method of jQuery, and here it is even more straightforward. You can see that we are referring to this again, which is the current element that has been clicked. This is the copy button. Let's say the copy btn has been clicked. So when this is mentioned here, jQuery identifies the particular element which was clicked, and then we are mentioning as parents, which means the parent. When we mention parents of tr, jQuery understands that it needs to access or get hold of the tr, which is the parent of the clicked element, and then we are mentioning the clone method here. So the parent tr of the clicked element needs to be duplicated. That is what happens, and then this part of the code is in order to insert the copied information or copied row after the current row. You can see here $this dot parents of tr. So we are copying the current row and inserting it after the current row. That is what this line of code means. Now let us look at how the remove functionality has been created. The remove functionality has been again created using jQuery, but here the clone is not used. The clone is used only for add and copy. For remove, we are using the remove method of jQuery. So here you can see, using the term this, we are referring to the currently clicked element, which is dot remove btn. Here you can see we have a button called remove btn, and then we are referencing the parent tr of that clicked button. That is what happens with this part of the code, and then we are using the remove method in order to remove that parent tr then. So the entire row gets deleted. So this is all about the code that has been written in order to add, copy and delete the rows dynamically within the HTML table.
Hello everyone again. Hope the video was helpful. If you would like to get the source code of this entire page that was shown on the video, please subscribe to the channel and hit on the bell icon, and add a comment probably with your email ID to which you would like to get the source code sent. It's absolutely free. I can send it to you. Thank you.